The Dungeons and Debacles podcast. I am your host and dungeon master, Kevin. Want to thank everybody out there in Twitch land for joining us on the live stream. Going around the table today, our players, Hannah
I'm Hannah, and I'll be playing Talia, the human rogue.
and John.
Hello. I play a Lunadas, Elven Monk. They know he's good looking because he's always cooking.
It makes you
That's how that
thirsty
works.
like pickled eggs.
I'm trying to come up with something new every week, Kevin. God.
That was just too good. And Shane
I'm Shane playing Alexander the Human Bard.
and Blake.
I'm Blake, and I'll be playing Juliet, the
You
Dragonborn
are
Eldritch
muted,
Knight.
Blake.
Whoop. Thank you for letting me know my mic was muted. I'm Blake, and I'll be playing. Whoa, hold on.
That is an interesting character
I'm
name.
echoing quite a bit. Let me try that again. I'm Blake, and I'll be playing Juliet, the Eldritch Knight Dragonborn.
All right, and joining us this week, our special guest, Joel, the Atlanta Game Master. Joel, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Hey, thanks for letting me join the group this week. I really appreciate it. So we offer services to run games for birthday parties for kids and teenagers, also corporate events and private groups if people are looking for someone to put together a next level game, or you've just got a group of people who want to play and nobody wants to step up and DM. So we offer those services. We also have a blog that we are putting regularly scheduled content up on. Some of the things are puzzles, some of which we'll be using in the game today. Also, different character options, different NPC options, things like that. Stuff to help people have a good time.
Yep, and that's sort of how we met is on a Dungeons and Dragons group. You had posted some excellent puzzle content, and I reached out to you about a possible sponsorship, or not sponsorship, partnership, and hopefully we'll be
Give us
doing
money.
a
Yes,
lot more
sponsor
of
us.
these. Hopefully we'll be doing a lot more of these in the future that will be released as bonus episodes where we runs through some of the great puzzles that you've created.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Absolutely. I think puzzles, especially, seems to be an area where there's not a lot of community content yet. So it's something that I'm hoping I can start adding to the community more.
Yeah, it definitely fills a hole that is out there in content that I've noticed. And where can people find you if they want to get a hold of you?
Well, we are on Facebook. If you just do a search for Atlanta Game Master, we've got a page set up there. I'm also on Twitter. It's at Lewinidas, which is LLEWINADAS.
Oh, I
Or
thought you were
ID.
making fun of Luno.
It's a play on the Welsh word for lion and Leonidas that I came up with at some point in my gaming history. So you can find me there as well. It also shows up as Atlanta Game Master as who the person there is. So I think you can just look for it by looking for those keywords as well. And we have a website, although I was using the Wix service for the website, and it has disappeared recently, gone and never to be found from again. So I'm working on getting that back up and running.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll be able to help you out on that.
Any help would be appreciated. It's not my strong suit.
Alrighty. Well, thanks a lot for being here. We're just gonna jump right into the episode. The last time on Dungeons and Debacles podcast, you guys found yourselves going through the Feywild when you came upon this ruined town. Inside it, you found a bunch of will-o-wisps that were running around, and you were able to dispatch several of those. Talia would know at this point that there are several left in this ruined town when she did her little recon in bat mode. Right now, you find yourselves near the outer gates of this town. I believe you took a short rest and you are ready to leave the area. So, is that what you're doing?
I believe so. Yes.
Yep.
Indeed.
All right. So you gather up your things and you lead your horses back through these ruins carefully to avoid the will o wisps that are in this town. And let's move back over to the Feywild map real quick. So, can everybody see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
So, you are going to exit the town here where I am pinging on the back edge here. Can everybody see my ping?
Yep.
Yep.
So you are leaving this ruined town, and you are traveling up through this path through the woods. And after about probably 40 minutes or so, you are going to reach a clearing. And this is not cooperating with me on the reveal. Hold on one second. So you are going to reach this clearing, and the clearing itself probably looks like it's only about maybe a quarter mile in diameter. You are going to see several ruined buildings and statues, and towering above that, you are going to see this what appears to be like a ruined shrine that is covered in vines. Um, it kind of looks like a pyramid in shape, but kind of squared off, kind of like Aztec pyramids. It rises maybe about 150 feet in the air. And let me move you over to another map. It's maps.
Map spam.
Map.
Don't know if you
I'm a
can
pretty
tell,
map.
but
And a map, and a map.
that was a palindrome. Map spam.
All right. Can everybody see the map?
Yep.
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 All right. So you are going to enter down here where I'm pinging. Before you, you see a wall that is crumbled stone that at one point appears to have maybe been 20 feet in height. There is a large stone arch that appears to have served as a gate at one point. It itself probably rises 30 feet in the air. You are going to see some ruined wood that is hanging off this double door through this gate to either side, but the wood is long since crumbled and ruined. Um, are you going inside, or what do you want to do at this point?
Why is there a giant dragon skeleton? Is that actually there?
Yes. So,
We're going to start
um,
gathering bones.
Dragon
So-
skeleton on back.
as you
I mean, if you're just gonna leave really incredibly valuable stuff lying around, I mean,
as you walk through this gate inside, you're going to see there's quite a bit of trees, but the one feature that really sticks out is there appears to be a skeleton of a large, probably adult dragon um, that is like half in the buried in the earth and the other half sticking out. Um, it appears to be very, very old. There are vines and pieces or like trees, saplings that have begun to like grow up on the outer edges. Um, but for the most part, immediately around the skeleton, there is a large fissure in the ground that if you got closer, you could look down into. It appears to be maybe about 20 feet deep. But in the area, like directly around the skeleton, it appears to be like barren, like something had destroyed the plant life here.
So, are there good reasons to start gathering bits and pieces of dragon skeleton? They're valuable magic stuff, right?
Give me an Arcana check.
Luna will not do well. Luno did surprisingly well. 19.
You don't know that the bones are particularly valuable for anything except for maybe like trophies or curiosity seekers. Anything that would have been of like alchemical or magical use, like scales or blood or eyes or organs, have long since either been picked clean or rotted away.
Boo. No dragon bone knuckles for Luno.
Well, I
Unless he
mean, you
really
could
wanted
most
them.
certainly gather those and have something created from those.
Not worth it.
And no, we're
All
not
right.
taking that dragon skull for your collection, Talia.
I disagree.
We could use it to cover the cart, turn it into a covered wagon.
Exactly. It's very,
People would
very
definitely know
useful.
not to fuck with us, right?
It would 100% fit in that bag of holding, right? Right?
100%.
Turn it sideways, maneuver it in, get it around the corner like.
One piece at a time.
Well, Juliet's
The
going to
skull.
take a. Sorry, go ahead.
I
No,
was going to
just
say
very
that the
top of
skull
head.
itself is probably about 3.5 to 4 feet in length, and probably about 3 feet wide.
Oh
So
yeah, we can
even with
totally carry that.
yeah, but I don't think even with your big pinch um, bag of holding, it wouldn't fit in there.
But it would fit on the cart.
It would.
Well,
It's very
Juliet is.
Do we
tempting.
want to try looting a dragon corpse?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are
for other
checking
bits.
what's
Like,
over
I want
there.
the fangs.
Okay. So are you going to take the head?
No, let's be practical. It's just the fangs.
Okay, give me a survival check.
Oh yay! I'm great at those.
Can we tell what kind of dragon it is? Like chromatic or
Give
douchey?
me give me an Arcana check or maybe a history check.
I am going to assist Illuminados with my knowledge of dragons, because I am a dragonborn, and I worship Tiamat. If that's alright.
Yeah.
Also, I got a 15 on my survival check.
And I got
Okay.
an 18 on my history tech.
All right. So, Talia, you're able to remove these fangs with no issue. They're smooth and talon-like, and each one of them is probably about 8 inches long, like the big ones. And then there's some smaller ones towards the back. They're probably like 3 or 4 inches long. But we'll say all in total, you're able to gather about 20 dragon's teeth.
Yay! Those sound like new daggers to me.
Luna, um, the hide of the end scales of this dragon are long gone, so you can't really tell what kind of dragon it was from the outside. But with an 18, given the skull shape here and like how the horns or the bony horns are formed, you think this may have been a green dragon.
Ooh, green dragon. I don't know what that means. Why would a green dragon be out here in the middle of the Feywild at this temple?
Well, I mean, green dragons live in the forest.
That racist, but okay.
So what is inside this fissure?
Give me a perception check.
Fish.
That was a 13.
With kind of the low light here, you look down into this fissure, and you can see that a large part of this seems to be formed by some sort of like great impact or something. But some of the places near the head of this dragon appear to have been corroded away, as if by acid or something.
Gotcha, gotcha.
But you don't really see anything else down in here.
Does anyone else have anything they would like to do? Otherwise, we can kind of move on.
I would like to take a short rest since I am at about a quarter of my max HP.
We actually did take a
We
short rest
already
at
did
last
that.
session, so go and roll your
Yeah,
hit
that
dice
was-
and whatnot,
That makes
and
sense.
recover your spell slots and all that. I don't know if you actually recover spell slots on a short rest, but
I
think
did
he
not, but I
gets-
do regain my bardic inspiration points to give.
that's good.
Yes. And did everybody take your Song of Rest dice?
I think we're
So
all
guess
at
it
full.
is 3 dice.
Yeah, I don't think I got hit last session with anything, so
I have no idea what my HP was.
Hold on,
That's
I
not a
can
good
tell you.
sign. Shouldn't you mark it down?
But we moved over to this map and my token disappeared.
Oh, you don't mark it on your character sheet. Okay.
Let's see. Alexander's health was 26 out of 64. Uh, Luna's yours was 43 out of 63. And Nifron was 92 out of 108.
had I not gotten hit like I suspected?
No, you are 49 out of 56.
All right. I will roll 2 hit die.
And then you get a bonus 1d4 from Song of Rest, I want to say.
Shouldn't that be 1d6 at your level?
Yeah, I'm bringing it up right now.
So I get 3d6 because I'm using 2 hit die.
Yeah, it's 1d6, and then it goes up to d8 at 9th level.
Yeah, so 1d6 for his song, and then for your hit die, since you're a rogue, that's a d8.
Right. I knew I was forgetting something.
There. I am marked.
We are actually mathematical geniuses. Puzzles stand no chance in our wake.
Dude, spoilers.
All right. So is there anything else you want to do during this short rest, or are you just taking hit die?
Just head die. I don't think I have anything.
Wow, that was like walkie-talkie.
I don't think I have anything other than using hit dice.
Okay. All right, so you take your short rest over here beside this dragon, hanging out, looking at it. So what are we doing now?
I pooped in the fissure. All right. Should we go up to the temple?
Yeah, things started making our way towards the temple.
Did you wipe?
I don't have to. He's
Roll
vegan.
for what?
So vegetarian.
It just slides right out of you.
$20.
All right. So Luno takes his constitutional, and you guys
Dexterity
start
save,
walking up
actually.
towards the temple. And the temple is somewhat shaped like a pyramid, like I said before. There appears to be maybe 3 levels to this thing. There is a level that is about 20 feet tall. There are some runes and writing carved on the outside of it. You're also going to see some murals of what appears to be elves in various, combat situations, fighting mythical creatures. Um, there is a set of steep steps here that go up to the second level. Uh, as you climb those steps, the level here empties out into a platform. This whole temple itself at its base is probably about maybe 150 feet to a side. As you reach this upper level, it's probably about maybe 80 feet. Um, you hit this second level, and it's much the same stone flooring. There's some cobblestones here. There are these squarish supports. Each one is probably about 5 feet by 5 feet that's holding up the second level. And there is a like wall inside of this that is basically like a square. And the upper level here works as kind of like a roof to it. As you walk around here, um, the walls appear to have much the same murals and depictions of these elves in all their glory in battle. And then you are going to come across a archway with a door. And this is where I am going to let Joel take over.
Thank you, sir. So as you approach, you come up to this giant bronze slab. It's a doorway only in shape. There's no obvious hinge. There's no obvious handle or opening mechanism. There's no lock. But covered in it is extremely detailed carvings of what looks to be fairy people, fae, and also people from the normal plane of existence where you all came from. It seems to be broken into 2 separate sections. There's a section above and there's a section below. And above, you see, it looks like a really, really great party. There's food, there's dancing, there's laughing, there's merriment. Mixed in among all of the fairy people, there are humans, there are elves, there are halflings, all of the common folk of the mortal plane, dancing with each other, laughing with each other. And at the top, there is what appears to be a portal in the ground, or maybe a glassy pond surrounded by 3 guards in armor and 3 women of varying ages, young, middle, and elderly, all dressed in fine regalia and each wearing an identical crown upon their head. Below the center line, there is a very, very different scene. It's icy. It gives off the feeling of the coldest winter just looking at it. And you see more fae and more mortal folk. But in this case, the mortal folk are clearly being tortured. They are falling under the whip. They're being thrown into cages. Some of them are even being used as furniture, chairs or footstools or tables or even beds. And the Fae seem to be getting great enjoyment out of torturing and terrorizing all of these poor mortal folk. And again, at the bottom of the great arch-shaped bronze slab, there is another similar portal or glassy pond of water surrounded by 3 men in armor and 3 women of varying ages wearing a different crown, but all wearing the same, all 3 of them wearing a crown that's identical to each other, but different from the crowns on the top. Surrounding the border of this big bronze slab, there is writing in the Sylvan language. Can anybody here speak Sylvan?
I can cast Comprehend Languages and find out. I think Alexander can do the same.
I will cast Comprehend Language to read what it says.
Okay. Easy enough. Oh, hold on.
Luno played the drums in high school. It's pretty similar.
Easy enough. So, casting Comprehend Languages, the words and the letters rearrange themselves so that you can understand them, and you read a little couplet. And it reads, "The fool may dance and the sluggard dream. A randy man does things unseem. In every case, a bargain struck requires wile and wit and luck. Darkness and cold or light and heat, we hold to every word we speak. But what you hear or think you saw may not be what you think at all."
I will read this aloud to the party. Seems like a whole lot of riddle speaking, if you ask me.
I am pretty sure the last part references some sort of illusory thing, if not magic outright. It mentions things that may not actually exist, but that you see. So I don't know about the rest of it. Can any of you interpret anything else?
I'll also put the text of this in Roll20 chat and in Discord, so you may read it.
All right. So it's a party up top and torture down bottom. So we're looking at an inverse mullet.
I was going to say fantasy mullet.
Hey, Julia, do you have anything to see through illusions? Or be able to see magic if there is any?
I certainly can. Juliet will cast Detect Magic and take a look at the door and see if any parts of it or if the whole thing is magical.
All right, so you absolutely sense magic. Not only do you sense magic coming from the door, you also sense magic in the floor beneath you and in the ceiling above you.
Okay.
Ceiling. Oh, probably a trap if we fuck up.
I have Speak with Undead. We could probably go try and question the dragon, if that's a thing you guys might be interested in.
I don't think the
That-
dragon would come to this temple or fit inside.
Yeah, but it might have been here whenever they were constructing these things, or whoever was here before us left. Just throwing it out there as a possibility.
Darkness and cold or light and heat. Do we want to try lighting a fire? Bringing a torch up to the door?
Juliet, breathe on it.
I can just use magic. I don't need to waste my breath on it. So Juliet is going to cast a firebolt at this door. Nothing hitting it in anything in particular, just firing it off.
All right, so heat doesn't have any direct impact. It does illuminate the entire panel a little bit better than it was when you first approached it, of course. And so I would allow a perception check to see if any details stand out.
My time to, well, not necessarily shine, but to look while shining. Aw,
18.
Natural
14.
one.
So Juliet
15.
notices nothing. So an 18 is certainly good enough. So, hold on. Remember to click away from my notes every time I need to talk, so bear with me.
If it makes it easier for you, I have it on caps lock because you don't really type too often to really mess with anything instead of like having to goof around with your notes.
Yeah, that's a good call. I may make that change. For right now, though, your DC 18, as it illuminates, you step closer and you notice that every figure in this doorway is cast in infinitely exquisite detail. They almost look lifelike, but they're obviously much, much smaller than real people. But one of the things you notice is that the not humans, the mortals in the upper panel where the dancing and the celebration is occurring all have faces which express pain and fear, while all of the mortals in the bottom panel have faces which express joy and pleasure.
Hey guys, this thing's a little more detailed than I think we gave it credit for. The guys on top are have like scared faces while they're looking happy, and then the guys on the bottom have happy faces while doing all this brutal stuff.
Juliet is going to run her hand across some of these engravings or carvings or whatever they are on this door and just kind of feel around if there's any loose spots or if anything reacts.
Absolutely. Can you make an investigation check for me? And if anybody wishes to step up and help you, you can do that with advantage.
I would like
I will
to
help.
help.
All right. That is a 12. Oh, I did not roll with advantage.
Oh, that kind of helping.
That is a natural 20 for a 23.
Excellent. So what you notice is that not every Fey figure, but many of them are standing on ornately carved sylvan letters, which you can still read because your spell is still in effect. I think it lasts 10 minutes. The letters are cleverly hidden among the details of the mural, but as you move your hands and feel, you're able to make them out, and then it becomes more and more obvious. You also notice that the exact same letters are duplicated on both the upper and the lower half of the mural, and they seem to be able to be pressed in. There's a list of letters which I will go ahead and paste into the Roll20 chat.
Awesome. Weo ia cultus sebreduk retula vedunegbitu I think I got that right. That should be the password, right?
Exactly.
It's obviously the Doctor Who theme song. Yeah, it works perfectly.
Okay, so judging by the fact that there's pressable letters in this kind of random arrangement, either it's some sort of cipher or it needs to be rearranged some way. And by pressing it in the correct sequence, it will open the door. That's the theory.
So as a group, if you want, if this is something you guys enjoy, you're welcome to sort of try to figure out what the letters might rearrange into on your own. If you have a skill that you feel would be applicable for your character, sell me on it, and I'll let you make a roll.
O is E. Well, assuming it's a cipher, O would be E. It's the common one. Lots of double O's.
But I'm seeing like I don't know. I feel like I see something, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah. And just to clarify, I think on the last line of the little poem thing that it says, but what you hear or think you saw may not be what you think at all. I think that might refer to the faces of the figures
Mm-hmm.
once it's lit up.
Okay, so if this is related to the riddle, perhaps we have to type in words that answer each sentence. A solution, if you will.
Or maybe we need to look for opposites. Like, what's the opposite of a dancing fool? Maybe.
Let me get an insight check from each of you.
From who?
Everybody.
From anyone.
20.
A 10.
Also a 10.
Okay, so 20 is the high roll. Okay, so with a 20, as you're looking at this, it starts to click a little bit, and you are able to start making out words, not so much as a cipher, but as a word scramble. So I will give you 3 of the words that stand out to you. You get the word choose. You get the word heat. And you get the word die.
There's a pencil and paper when you need one. So I'm opening up a Word document like a fool because I don't have paper and pencil.
That's fine.
I also
I
put
think
those words in chat.
If there are any other skills that you feel might be applicable, let me know, and we can discuss whether or not that would apply.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm 12. In Talia is 12. I don't think she has any really good skills for this.
Stab the door.
Right? Yeah. Can I stab the door? Does that do anything?
Shane, I saw you message me on Discord. I cannot see because I am currently stuck on the webcam thing, so you will have to type that in Dungeons and Dragons chat.
Oh no, it was just a joke. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, but now you've
You're not
completely
sorry.
destroyed my train of thought, getting rid of letters in this little list of letters that we have.
Talia had just stabbed the door, correct?
I was kind of kidding.
There we go.
There's no
I
real
posted-
division among the words, so
Yeah,
it could be a
I
lot of stuff.
posted
Bread,
sorry.
crowd, wheat, row, lord,
I'm
noodle. I think there's noodles.
When I look at it, it feels like it's actually two sentences that have been shuffled together, but that can't be true, right?
Oven, table.
Give me an intelligence check.
Were you talking to someone in specific?
Talia
19.
specific. Excellent, excellent. It looks like one sentence, but there may be two separate thoughts within that same sentence, and you're able to decipher two other words.
Yay! Talia can help.
The word cold and the word both, B-O-T-H.
For those keeping score at home, that is choose, heat, die, cold, and both. The password is...
Those are the leftover letters. I did not put spaces in them because I'm a fool.
I also have the leftover letters on Discord, which I'm updating.
You should probably put those in Roll20 chat so viewers
Hannah
at home
did.
can see them as well.
Yeah, Hannah did that.
Okay.
Here they are with spaces, so it's easier to see.
See, I see the word tower. No more noodle.
Booger.
Oh, since we have cold and heat, and there's this kind of duality depicted on the door, perhaps there are two thoughts, one positive and warm, and the other kind of cold and negative. And in the riddle, it also seems to depict a dichotomy of sorts. There's dancing and dreaming, two opposites. There's kind of cold and heat, darkness and light. Maybe these are the words we should be searching for. I think dance is in there. I'm sure dream, well, I don't see an M, but...
We're out of D's. I know you want the D, but there's no more D.
Got him.
Damn. Got me good.
Lower, tower, boat. Clower. Brown. Borrow. Boob.
Of course you would find that word. Why wouldn't you find that word?
Goober.
There's not a U among these letters, right? This is like a complete jumble to me. I am
No
terrible
U.
at Scrabble and everything, so...
Yeah, I always lose at Scrabble.
So
Love. Love.
how would we best figure out if we have seen a letter? Like, I'm trying to eliminate word letters without eliminating. It's a long story. Never mind.
Is it possible that your bard might have some inspiring words to offer?
Inspiring words, like, I feel like you're giving me a hint, but I'm too much of a goofball to understand what bardic inspiration. Hey, Juliet, how about you take another look at the words? I will blast my bagpipes in your ear so that you're bardically inspired.
Oh, that's very helpful. I'm sure I'll be able to concentrate 100% with that.
All right, I will assume you all are working together at this, so let's call it investigation with advantage and with bardic inspiration.
Sure, I will make that check. Say 14.
And it's a excuse me. It's a bonus D8 from inspiration.
Oh, right. It's a 3, so a 17 total.
All right, so with that and with an extensive amount of time, after about an hour has gone by, the group is able to piece together heat above or cold below, choose one to die or both to grow.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. We need to cast a cold spell on one side and a heat spell on the other. Or unless we can do heat and cold without magic.
I've got Ray of Frost.
Well, I already tried casting a heat spell on it, and that didn't seem to do anything. We have letters to press in. I think that's the answer.
Can we? So. So the letters are pressable.
So
We
the
have 2
letters are
spots.
pressable. There are the exact same letters are mirrored on both the top and the bottom, and the letters you haven't pushed them in, but from examining them, they appear to be as though they would press in. And as a group, everyone can go ahead and roll an insight check to try to piece together what you're supposed to do with the puzzle at this point.
I will blast Juliet's ear with more inspiration.
Oh, God. It's another 17. Illuminados got the same, so...
I got a 3 because I'm super helpful. Can I see if anything else looks pressable?
Absolutely. Make an investigation check.
Nope, I'm useless.
Nope, just those letters. But with a group total that is above 15 as a group, you are all able to sort of figure out things with the Fae are always more than they seem and a little more complicated than they seem. And this insistence on balancing the top and the bottom, the heat and the cold, the light and the dark, seems to imply that the letters need to be pressed in sequence, one above, one below, one above, one below. Choose both to grow, because if you choose one, you might die.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Do we just type in you know what I mean? Press in the word both? Maybe? I don't know.
I don't think there's an H, is there?
Yeah, that's the whole phrase is from the letters that we were given is
Oh,
heat
there
above
is an
or
H,
cold
you're
below,
right.
choose one to die or both to grow, yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. I mean, try it. I'll stand back, but
Well, it would. I mean, I'm short, so it would require two people to press in all of the letters.
Have you tried not being short?
I have. It didn't work out for me though.
Okay. I guess
Okay,
I'm like mildly tall. I can help.
Okay, one person presses heat on top, the other person presses cold on the bottom.
Oh,
I thought we were
just
typing in the word both.
Oh, that's even better.
Because
Yeah,
if it has to be like the same on the top and the bottom, because it's all about balance. Or maybe I'm just wrong
Both
and
and
we're gonna
both.
die.
Nice.
I
Are you
will
ready,
press in.
Alexander?
We'll press the letters in at the same time.
Yeah.
How's
So
that sound?
press the letters at the same time for like B and then O and then T and then H.
Do you mean grow? Oh, both. Yep,
Both,
that makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah,
Like you're turning the keys on a submarine.
exactly like that. Both. Probably the same consequences.
Okay, so let me make sure that I understand correctly what you're describing. You are going to press the B either on the top or the bottom, and then press the O at the opposite place, and then the T.
No,
and then
we're gonna press the B on both places, and the O on both places, and the T on both sides, and the H on both sides,
Yeah,
unless they are
synchronized.
actually spread. Like synchronized typing in the word on both sides.
That doesn't work. We can press BOTH.
So you're starting with the top letter or the bottom letter?
We're doing it at the same time.
yeah, they're pressing in the letters B at the same time, both on the top and the bottom. Presumably, Alexander is pressing the B at the top, and Talia is pressing the B at the bottom, and they're going to press it simultaneously. And they're going to do that with the entire sequence, spelling out both. I think that's what they're trying to do. Please let me know if I am getting that wrong.
That is exactly what we're trying to do. It's probably going to be wrong.
Okay.
But that's fine.
So that's fine. So what happens in that case is as you both sort of time it 3, 2, 1, press, the letters slide in just a bare millimeter and then stop moving. And they don't, it feels like they should be able to go in farther, but they don't.
Okay, so we are incorrect.
BOTH.
Maybe we have to do heat on top, cold on bottom, because it's giving you a choice in the first portion of the sentence, saying that heat above or cold below. If we do one of them, it's probably going to kill us, but if we do both of them, it should do something. Yeah.
Maybe.
I will type in heat on the top.
And I will type in cold on the bottom. Or at least try.
Okay. So are you trying to do it like in sequence again, or is one person typing one and then one person typing the other?
I think we should do it synchronized.
Same.
Okay, so the letters do go in. And as you push in the last letter, the
You got to have your
went up.
push to talk in.
Oh, you cut out.
sorry.
It's all right.
I'm using my
The
hands to talk. So,
expressiveness.
as you press in the final combination of those two words, the ceiling above you opens and you feel gravity disappear for a moment, and you're all flung upward into a circle of flame that appears above you momentarily. 20 feet up, 10 feet up, you pass through the circle, and then gravity reinitiates itself and you fall 20 feet down through the fiery circle again.
I'd just like to note that in chat, I did say I'm going to stand back way back. So you guys
Juliet.
can take your damage.
So it's a 20-foot by 20-foot space that opens up. So were you that far back?
I guess 20 feet is probably close. So, or too close for, or no, I would be standing within
She
that.
didn't back
so
up
yes,
that far.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you each take 2d6 falling damage. That falling damage, unfortunately, cannot be mitigated. And 2d6 fire damage, which you can roll a Constitution save to take half damage on. I'll go ahead and roll the damage for both.
I am
what
gonna
about Luno being a monk on the falling damage?
I'm rolling hot today.
So the second one would be the fall damage. And I need a Constitution save of 15 to save on the fall damage.
You mean the heat fire damage?
Sorry, yes, I mean on the fire damage. So the fire damage is the first one, and the second one is the fall damage.
Okay. Kevin, would you be able to move us to the next thing so that we can input our health values to our tokens?
Yes. Hold on.
Thank you.
I cast Absorb Elements, but I realized I already have fire resistance, so I guess I just wasted a spell slot, but alright, that falling damage is pretty brutal.
Well, you do get to absorb some of that for a future attack, though, don't you?
Yes, but the attack only lasts one round. So unless I plan to burn down this door,
Fair enough.
Okay, so I failed on the fire. The fire was the 11 damage?
Correct. I think I only saw one success.
Yeah,
that
I got
was-
an 18.
Now, as for falling damage, Luno's a monk. Can he avoid that falling damage or no?
Normal monk abilities would absolutely apply.
Okay, then. No falling damage there. Booyah. But Juliet and Talia took 18. Ow. So I think we should go BOTH. Or BOTH.
can
Up
we
and down.
alternate from top to bottom? That seems like
That's what I'm thinking.
So I will just say before you make that decision that having experienced one of the negative effects of, or possibly I should say the negative effect of triggering the spell or the door incorrectly, you can all make a group insight check again to see if, looking it over one more time, do you have anything else that comes to mind?
who would like to make that insight? Oh, John made the insight check. Okay.
And so did
check.
Talia. We both did
Group
poorly.
check. Everybody make the check.
No, everyone makes a check. Okay.
The group average will be your total.
Basically a god.
7. Wow.
So
We're
our
bringing you
total
down,
sucks. This is glorious. I'm excited, guys.
Our average is just under 10.
Yeah. So BOTH seems like a great idea.
Juliet is gonna stand even further back.
I don't know, Juliet. It might be your time to push buttons.
I will push the buttons. I will push all the buttons.
I feel like if we push the buttons with only one person in there, it will be more efficient.
Yeah,
start
I'm running
pushing the
short on
buttons.
hit points here, guys. I'm gonna stand back with Juliet.
I push the buttons. BOTH.
Okay,
Top or
Alternating top
bottom?
and bottom.
standing at this point.
Juliet is standing 30 feet away. Potential, if at all possible, standing on the stairs out of the out of the reach of this level.
I'm staying with.
Juliet has had detect magic up before it took you guys.
That was I, Juliet.
So you can recall well enough where the magical field was emanating from that it pretty much lined up on the ceiling with the size of that trap, and there was a similarly sized space on the floor. Given that, you could logically choose to stand a little farther back than that if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Okay, so I have Juliet standing outside of the area of magical effect to the best of her ability, as well as, was it Alexander?
Yep.
And what about Talia?
Talia's gonna stand with Juliet.
Okay, and then is it Alunadas?
Yep.
Okay, so BOTH, and the last letter is on the bottom section, and a pit opens up beneath you, and you fall 20 feet onto icy spikes. So the same fall damage as well as 2d6 ice damage, which can be halved with a dexterity save.
Okay. $19 on the dex save.
Okay, so my first roll would be the fall damage, and the second roll would be the ice damage, which you half successfully with the roll of 19. And were you the monk?
Yep.
So no fall damage, so you just take 5 points of ice damage as you get cut by one of these icy spikes, but you manage to dodge out of the way before you impale yourself on one. You are, however, 20 feet into a pit right now.
Yep. I yell up, that didn't work, guys.
Are you still stuck down there?
No.
So there is about a 1 foot space sort of between the pit and the doorway, as well about as obviously there's floor space all the way around the other side as well.
If the door open, that might have worked. I can't see from down here.
The door did not open.
Juliet is going to toss a rope down to Alunadas to pull him up.
Thank you.
Okay, give me one more dex save to move through these icy spikes without cutting yourself on them.
17.
That's perfectly fine.
Hey, Alunadas?
Yeah.
Or rather, John, don't you have evasion?
Oh, right. So, with evasion, would that have negated the spike damage entirely?
Yeah, successful save removes all damage, I believe.
Okay, then. So I took no damage falling down there.
It's good to be a monk.
Okay.
So as you pull yourself back up and out of the pit, it closes beneath you, and the door still stands. And I will allow another insight check. Everyone, as a group, please make a check with advantage, having made multiple mistakes here and learned from each of them.
20.
21.
13.
Okay, so those are some good rolls. So, given the experiences that you've gone through here over the last 15 minutes or so, um, the only thing that you can think of really that you haven't tried that seems to make sense is spelling out the entire phrase that the word scramble spells out. But you still think that that alternating back and forth thing seems to be a smart choice to make.
I hate fairies.
Right?
So I'll go ahead and start spelling it out.
So where
The
is
whole
everyone?
phrase.
We're all standing far,
Yeah, we
far
are all
away.
standing way
Yep.
back.
Letter by letter.
Okay.
Giving my moral support from an adequate distance away with Juliet.
Okay. So as you do so, starting either at the top or the bottom, but alternating back and forth and spelling out the entire phrase, you reach the end of it, and all of the letters begin to light up and glow, and then the edge of the portal lights up as well and shimmers for a moment and then simply disappears. And in front of you, there is a short hallway, and at the edge of that hallway, there appears to be a very large room that opens up that is tiled in large, like 5 to 10 foot wide, green and white squares.
I'd just like to say, if this trap was just something that activated 3 times and the third time it worked regardless of what you typed in, I think that'd be fucking genius.
All right, so this leads into the next puzzle. Joel, are you good for sticking around and doing this one? We're at like an hour right now, so I think we should probably take like a 5 minute break. Everybody use the bathroom, grab something to drink, and we come back for the second part of this. Is that cool?
Absolutely. Yep. I'm having a great time.
Sure.
Awesome. And Joel, if you could do me a huge favor, the speaker thing, I'm getting a lot of echo that's going to take a lot of time to edit out of the podcast. Is it possible for you to grab some earbuds or something? So because it's unavoidable that somebody's going to have their mic open while your mic's open.
Yeah, let me look around and see what I can find.
That would be awesome. Thank you. All right, everybody, let's take 5 and meet back here at let's say 3. I've got 3:12 right now, so let's make it 3:20.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Viewers, thanks for watching. We are going to take a quick break and we will reconvene at 3:20. Please go get a snack, use the bathroom, enjoy yourselves. I'm going to go.
Your
I'll be
mic's
right
closed,
back.
Jake. Blake.
Yeah, I'm talking to the stream. I don't want to just kind of talk into Discord. Yeah, so I will be right back. Hang on, because we will be back at 3:20, and if we get back sooner, it's very possible that you might catch some of our more interesting conversation. So, see you guys in a bit. All right, I'm back. Who else is back? John?
Yep. 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 Yep.
Looks like Hannah is back too.
Kind of. I was hungry. I'm getting a snack.
So I do have a question. I am still working on artwork and stuff, but I was curious if any of you had any comic ideas. I could do a silly event I could depict or something like
I
that.
like
I
a
really
series
enjoy
of
that.
vignettes of Abbott as a puppy. Like him dancing around Luno, begging for scraps while he cooks dinner. Picture of what's his nuts? Adel pouring piss out of one of his boots.
Um,
Me blowing
Talia,
bagpipes at random moments that don't
Yeah.
fit to inspire.
that would be hilarious. Also, Talia burning down her orphanage. That'd be great.
Burning down what?
Orphanage.
The orphanage.
Oh, the orphanage. Oh, that's a
That
good
would be
one.
hilarious.
All right, are you all getting any voice feedback from me now?
Nope, nothing
Not that
yet.
I can hear.
Nope.
Excellent.
Great. Yeah, it's just unavoidable that people are going to talk over each other, and there's like this echo that I'm going to have to cut out of the podcast, and just saves me a whole bunch of time. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, sorry for making more work for you.
Yeah, that's our job.
And also, Hannah, is the front of your mic pointed at your mouth?
It should be.
Because it seems a little hollow. I would just check and make sure the front's pointed at your mouth hole.
Is this better?
So
Much.
much.
Oh my god. I was
Feel shame.
I was turned around. I do so much shame. How does everyone feel about me finishing my spaghetti real quick on camera? I don't.
Ugh.
That's fine.
Okay.
How dare you do human functions?
And
I know.
Barbarians.
And if I was going to mention this, Joel, if you noticed, almost everybody has the same mic. There is this Tonar mic that is like $40 on Amazon that does a great job for the price.
Excellent, excellent. Can you either send me a link or the name of it?
Absolutely. I
Sweet.
think John's already on it.
Yes.
Thank you, John.
I would just mention that there's a preamp that you need to power it because it's a condenser mic.
You can get it in
Just
a
dropped it
bundle
in
on
Roll20.
the Amazon site. You can see it as like a bundle. They have like options, and I think it's like $50 or $60. So it is a little more. And also, you can search for a different color mic because I have a blue mic, and no offense, John, I don't like this blue mic. I don't like it's blue. I don't want it blue.
You could paint it.
Philistine.
All right. So is everybody ready to go? I mean, we can do this while you're chomping.
No,
Yeah, sure.
that's unacceptable.
I'm ready whenever
People
else
shouldn't
is.
eat and play at the same time. I judge her.
I mean, it's kind of our fault for, playing during lunchtime.
Right?
That's right.
Well-
You're back on Eastern time now, right, Hannah?
I sure am.
All
Well, if
right.
everyone
Take
is
it.
ready, I certainly am.
All right. Take it away.
So, as I said, the magical door of bronze shimmers, glows, and disappears. And in front of you, there's a short 20-foot hallway that opens up into what appears to be a much, much larger space.
I will shove Juliet forward.
Thanks. I'm so glad you chose me. Yeah, so Juliet will walk down the hallway or whatnot inside.
Okay. Okay, is everyone following?
Yes.
Okay. So as you walk in, you notice that the walls around you rise about 20 feet into the air, and as you enter the main space of this room, all of the walls are covered in images of forest and dancing fae covered in the garb of their revelry, dancing around the outside of this area. In front of the walls, there are ornate statues which appear to capture both fae and mortals in the moments of dance in various poses. And the trees, actually, the paintings of the trees arch up into the ceiling 20 feet up, and then branches come out, and then after the branches, it appears that they've painted the entire ceiling, almost with lifelike detail to make it look as though you're looking up at the night, a slightly cloudy night sky. In front of you, there is, like I said, a large room. Just glancing at it, your best guess is it's at least 100 feet wide by 100 feet long, which is odd considering that your estimate of the size of this entire floor of this ancient pyramid was less than 100 by 100 feet. But it's covered in flagstones alternating green and white.
Hey, Talia, would you mind going up ahead to check for traps?
Sure.
Can Juliet still see magic?
I
It's
can.
been well over the 10-minute limit, so you'd have to
Okay.
cast the spell again.
Yeah, I can just cast it again. It's an easy ritual.
Okay. So you sit down and begin to do your 10 plus minutes to cast it as a ritual. In the meantime, Talia, you're checking for traps.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll.
I have to remember what I have to roll. 1 second. It's investigation, right? I'm not stupid, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say at this point you're moving very carefully and slowly, so yeah, we can call that investigation.
6. I see nothing.
There's nothing obvious, you know. The flagstones seem to be very well seated, and are you? How would you go about doing this? Are you moving across the floor, looking slowly as you go, or what are you doing?
Probably. Where is the someone just pinged the door, like where we're right there?
Yeah, if everybody could go ahead and place your token like on the map, and we'll say that
The door
this right
faces
here is the doorway.
Please don't manhandle my token. I don't like being manhandled.
Juliet throws Alexander forward.
Oh no.
Just take your boot and stick in the small of his back.
I was making a movie reference. Leave me alone.
So basically, Talia would just start, slowly putting, not putting all of her weight on a stone before she's
Mhm.
sure about it, that kind of thing, and
Mhm.
working her way,
Across the floor.
yeah, across the floor.
Okay. So as you take your first step forward, that first foot onto one of the white flagstones, a jolt of magical energy shoots up your leg, and you are seared by cold, so cold that it feels like heat. And you take 1d4 minus 1 damage, but we'll say a minimum of 1, so between 1 and 3 points of damage. I'll go ahead and roll. If I roll a 0, count it as a 1. So 2 points of damage with that first step. Additionally, you immediately begin to dance uncontrollably.
Oh, guys, this is bad.
So you start
Luna's
river
going
dancing
to
across the floor.
Luna's going to
dear.
try to snatch at her to pull her back.
Okay, go ahead and Make a skill check for me. I guess we'll call it acrobatics.
I will blare my
Ooh.
bagpipes to inspire him.
Okay, so get that D8 additional.
So 17.
17 is enough to jerk her back off the floor, and as you do, the uncontrollable urge to dance fades immediately.
Okay, so don't step on the white squares.
This is gonna be fun.
So forest, I'm guessing we're only supposed to step on the green.
Tali, if you'd like to, you can make another check for traps on the green square.
I will do so. Is still an investigation, or should I do something else?
Investigation again.
12.
There does not appear to be any kind of a trap on the green square.
I will shove Luno. Not shove. I'll ask Luno to switch places with me, and I will attempt very carefully to place a foot, the other foot, onto the green square.
So let me make sure I understand. So are you trying to get Luno to step, or are you just asking him to be ready
She
to grab
just
you?
switched spaces.
Yeah,
with
just
me.
switching
Okay,
spaces with him, and then I'm
okay.
going to step on the square.
Okay, all right. Again, you lightly step on the square, and again, there is this jolt of magic that runs up your leg, only this time it is green fire that swirls up your leg, and you take another 1d4 minus 1 points of damage and begin to dance uncontrollably. So that's 2 damage again.
And I only got
Guys,
With a 9, you are unable to grab her before she begins to dance out into the middle of the floor.
all right, so this is happening.
So I need a perception check from you, Talia.
20.
Excellent. So what you notice as you begin to dance, and you notice this almost instantly, you look down and you see ghostly footprints appearing in front of you. And you very quickly, with a 20, also notice that they are clearly dance steps.
Okay. I am going to yell back at the guys. Guys, there's some kind of glowy footprint things that look like a dance step out here. I don't know what that means, but I see it.
Try following the suggestion.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
I'll try following the footsteps. This can't end badly at all.
Okay. Give me a performance check.
Ah, crap.
Hmm.
15. Hey, that's
Okay.
significantly better than I thought it would do.
15 is not bad. At this point, I will ask everyone to go ahead and roll initiative so that we can have performance checks sort of go in order as you step onto the board, since that appears to be what's going on here. But Talia, I'm going to go ahead and ask that you move your token 5 squares to the right and 5 squares up. So you dance madly across this floor and manage to move yourself that much farther toward the far end. And it appears, at least, that perhaps the magical trap was only at the beginning of the dance floor, but you take no damage as you dance across the tiles.
Hmm.
Alexander.
Sorry. Let me
Yeah, sorry.
click. I actually rolled nice on initiative for once.
Okay. So can we get those sorted by initiative order?
No, we have to. We just look at them
We got
and
it.
make.
No, Kevin did it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And is that whose name is not showing up there? Luna. Okay. I'll try to remember that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take it in the order that it's in right now. So Talia just went. So Luno, what are you doing?
I am going to. Well, I guess what we're going to be doing is we're going to try and dance our way across the floor.
I mean, that's the obvious
I'm going
option, but
to-
if you have something else to
Yeah.
suggest.
First, I'm going to try and take a running jump to get as far across the floor as possible.
All right. So go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Oh, well, that won't be great, but we'll see. All right, where's...
Okay. All right. Well, there are no natural failures on skill checks, so you do manage to jump 10 feet forward. And as you land, a jolt of fire shoots up your leg, and you also take between 1 and 3 points of damage. Lucky you for 3 points of damage, and
Okay,
begin to
and
dance
now
uncontrollably. So I need a performance check. Okay, you
5.
find it difficult, perhaps because of the way that you started your dance with a leap of faith, so to speak. You find it difficult to match your feet to the pacing of these dance steps. And you're not doing a river dance like Talia is. You're doing more of a waltz. And you think that would be an easier dance to follow, but the steps are very, very complex. So I need from you I need a Constitution save, please.
4.
Okay. With a 4, as you struggle and struggle to dance, you do manage to move forward somewhat. So I would like you to move 2 squares to the left and 2 squares up. And you also begin to lose energy. This is an exhausting thing to force you to dance without stop, without any pause. And there's clearly magic here that as you fail in your steps, you can feel pulling the vitality out of your body. You have 1 level of exhaustion.
Guys, this is really tiring in a bad way.
Just stop being bad at dancing.
So let's see. Who's next on the list here?
That
Juliet.
would be
Nifron?
Nifron.
Oh, Nifron?
Okay, Nifron.
Nifron will go after Alexander right now where we just did Luno.
So now
Oh,
it's
that's right.
Juliet.
Yep, surely let's go.
All right, so Juliet is a contemplative sort. She's going to watch what's going to happen to Talia and Alunadas for now. So you can kind of skip her.
Okay.
All right, next up would be Vic. And she's doing a performance check.
Well, she has to step onto the floor first, so she's stepping on a green or a white tile.
Okay.
White
so
tile
she's
it
stepping-
is. So that's 2 points of damage and then a performance check.
That is a 19.
Excellent. I'm actually seeing a 22.
Oh, I was looking at the die.
Ah,
Yeah, so
okay.
that's a 22.
Fantastic. So she dances backwards and forwards across the floor, and you can move her straight forward 5 squares.
Alrighty. So next up would be Alexander.
That's me. I will. I'll use healing word on myself real quick. Which heals me for 1d4 plus my spellcasting modifier. For 5.
Excellent.
And then I will make my way onto the dance floor while playing my bagpipes.
Okay. Are you trying to give yourself inspiration?
No, I'm just playing my bagpipes.
All right. Okay. So you step onto the dance floor and you step onto a green square. So flame shoots up your leg for 1 point of damage, and the floor seems to pick up on the tune that you're playing and begins to give you a dance that goes along with it. Go ahead and give me a performance check with advantage.
$23.
Excellent. You're able very easily to dance across the floor and follow the steps. Move your character 5 up and then all the way over to the right-hand side.
There.
Yep, perfect. So that makes it Nitron's turn, I believe.
Yes. So Nifron is actually going to take a running jump and try to jump out onto this floor as far as he can before he lands on a tile.
Okay. So again, give me an athletics check to see if he can jump farther than normal.
That's an 8.
Okay. So I'll give you 10 feet. So is he jumping straight from where he is onto the? Okay, so there's ice damage. 1 point of ice damage and a performance check as the glowing ghostly feet begin to dance before him.
That's a 6.
Okay. With a 6, as this strange military march of a dance shows up in front of him, he's not sure what to make of it and is able to move 2 squares forward and 4 squares left, but unfortunately also begins to feel the exhaustion of this magical forced dance, and Knife Run also has 1 level of exhaustion.
Alrighty.
And so do we go to Juliet's turn at the end of the round at this point, or do we skip it entirely and have to wait until she's back at initiative?
I was waiting to
Just
see
move on
what
to
Talia
Talia.
and Illuminados were going to do. So I guess we're back at the top of the round
Okay.
with Talia.
Okay. So Talia, the dance steps are continuing to move out in front of you as you go, and with a 4, as you hear your friends getting shocked and zapped and frozen and begin to pant in exhaustion, the worry begins to set in, and you're only able to move forward about 2 squares and over to the left 5. And unfortunately, you are now beginning to become exhausted as well, so you have 1 level of exhaustion.
Just loosen up, Talia. It's not that hard.
Not all of us have magic bagpipes, Alexander. Meh.
You had your chance to get one.
All right. I don't see a name on that. I'm not sure who that is.
Luno.
That's
Luno.
Luno.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. I believe exhaustion is going to start giving me disadvantage on things. Yeah.
On skill checks, yes, which a performance check would absolutely count as. So there's a couple of things here that I will sort of read out as options go here. You can choose to move with advantage if you move slower. You can slow yourself down to half speed. You can also try to move more quickly, but if you move more quickly, then the difficulty will become higher. depending on how much faster you move. So you can double move as you normally would be able to using your movement and your action to double move, and that's going to bump your difficulty up to succeed on matching the dance steps. You can half move, and I will give you advantage to cancel out your disadvantage. And if you have any other magical abilities that allow for extra movement, each of those you use also will make the difficulty higher.
All right, I'm just going to do half.
Okay.
And so I'll just be rolling regular performance checks.
Rolling
Sounds
a
like.
regular performance check, correct.
Okay.
Six.
Pooh.
So despite your half movement, you're only able to move 3 squares. You can move yourself 3 squares up and 6 squares to the right. And I need you to give me another Constitution save. Oh boy.
I am whiffing every roll.
So 1 point of damage from fire as it shoots up your leg, and you become more exhausted.
This isn't going well, guys. I believe that's it for my turn.
Okay, so Juliet's up. Question. Are there any motifs or pictures on the side of the wall that line up with these squares at all?
Give me a little bit more of a description of what you're looking for. I'm not sure I'm following.
Like, this is set up sort of like a chessboard in rows and columns. I'm wondering if there are motifs or pictures or words on the side of the wall that match up with the rows and columns. Or if it's just bare rock, or if it has just random pictures and whatnot on it.
Yeah, so it's not random. It's definitely the entirety of this room is painted as one piece of art, and it depicts people dancing through a forest. In addition to that, there are statues that line both sides of the wall about 15 feet apart that are also pictures of 1 or 2 people in the movements of dance.
Okay. And second question. Talia had seen like ghostly footprints on the squares. Are there any of those in the square Juliet is in front of, the green one?
No.
Okay. Then Juliet is going to step forward and try and dance her way forward.
Okay. So as you step forward, go ahead and make a performance check for me.
2. Yeah.
Okay. You stumble a bit in your dance, and you suffer the damage from the green flame. Green flame. So that's 2 points of damage for you, and that was just to enter the floor. As you do so,
Yeah.
these ghostly footprints do appear in front of you, and you can make a second performance check to follow them.
Okay, perfect. 7, yeah.
Okay. With a 7, possibly because of the flaming searing that just shot up your leg, you have difficulty matching the steps exactly. You're able to move 2 steps forward and 5 steps to the right.
2 steps forward, 5 to the right. Got it.
Correct.
Juliet has 2 left feet, so that's fine.
And that would be a roll for exhaustion as well, please.
Oh, what am I rolling? Constitution?
So that was a Constitution check, I believe. Hold on a second.
That's what I failed twice.
Yes, thank you.
A 23.
You manage not to become exhausted. And I apologize. I want to double check because I'm sort of flipping back and forth on the screens here. Did I allow everyone who took a level of exhaustion to roll Constitution on that, or did I give anyone that automatically?
You
I
gave
rolled
that
con
automatically
twice.
to Nifron.
Okay.
And
Go ahead
Talia.
Okay, please have them roll And
Nice.
Crit fail.
Talia succeeds.
Yay, she's not exhausted.
You're not exhausted.
Nifron got a 2.
Okay, a 2 does not succeed. All right,
And
so who's next?
that is fire damage that Juliet would have taken, correct?
Juliet stepped onto a green, so that would have been fire damage, yes.
Yeah, so
Okay,
that
so-
damage is halved to 1. I'll take
Excellent.
it.
Okay, so
Alrighty.
that makes it Vic's turn.
Yep. So does she see the footprints in front of her?
Yes, each of them sees their own set of footprints guiding them in the next step or 2 of the dance.
Okay, so she's
And-
going to try to follow that.
Okay, so that would be another performance check. And is she moving at full speed, half speed, double speed?
She is going to go ahead and move at full speed
Okay.
since she does not have any exhaustion currently.
Okay, a 22 is excellent.
Wow.
So she is able to dance deftly across the floor, all the way to the left and 4 squares up.
So 4 squares up and then
All the way to the
the left. All right.
Okay, Alexander.
It's my time to shine. I will. I'll go regular speed and try and just dance with the steps
Okay.
while continuously playing my bagpipes.
And since the magical floor seems to be playing with you, I will go ahead and allow you advantage as a bard on this roll.
Exciting. 14.
14, unfortunately, is not quite enough. You do manage to dance most of the way forward during the next 6 seconds, but you stumble at the last moment and step backward instead of forward. So I will have you move up 2 and over to the left 3.
There.
Is that sharing a spot?
Should
Up
be
to-
right here.
Or 3. You're at the green
over
square. There you go. Gotcha. Yep, so that would be fire damage shooting up your leg for 3 points of damage. And then I need another constitution save to avoid becoming exhausted.
Four.
A 4 is unfortunately not enough. You do begin to feel the exhaustion as every failure feels like the magic starts to pull vitality out of your body.
And that's my turn.
All right, so Nifron's going to follow the footsteps, and he is going to go at regular movement.
Okay.
That's a 3.
3 is definitely not going to work. So 2 steps forward and just stay right there. And I need another constitution save, please. And 3 points of ice damage.
That's a 6.
A 6, having already failed, is unfortunately not enough. That would be a second level of the word left me.
Exhaustion.
Thank you.
All right, Talia's up.
And
All right. 16?
16 is enough to succeed at your performance check, assuming that you're moving at regular speed.
Yes, that is the plan.
Okay, so that would move you ahead 4 and to the left 4. and you suffer no ill effects whatsoever.
Yay!
That would make it Luno's turn.
All right. Luno is not feeling great.
No, you are now disadvantaged on your skill checks, and you are also your speed is reduced to half.
Okay. So he's down to 5 speed.
Assuming that you move half speed, yeah.
All right. So, can he click his heels together to activate his boots of haste to double his speed?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Okay.
And then try to cancel out the disadvantage by moving
Half speed.
slow.
Okay.
So I have no idea what his speed is now.
We're going to call it 10 as far as the dancing goes. You're obviously moving a lot more than 10 feet forward.
Yeah. All right. So now he has his performance check.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
God damn it, guys. Stop using up all the good
Ouch.
rolls.
So the dance takes over, and it's moving with blistering speed as you try to keep up, and you end up dancing all the way to the left side of this floor and up 10 feet, which you find very tiring considering current state. I do need you to go ahead and roll another Constitution save for me. With a 13, you succeed at the save, but you do take 1 point of ice damage.
Okay.
And that would be your turn, sir.
Yes.
Juliet.
All right, Juliet is going to take her time and try and follow these ghostly footsteps moving forward or whatever direction they happen to be bringing her.
So does that mean you're moving at half speed?
Yes.
Okay. Then you would get to roll with advantage.
Whoops. That is a 19.
It's good that it wasn't a 13.
Yeah.
So you do manage to move forward carefully, paying very close attention to the dance steps. And I will have you move up 2 and to the left 5.
All right. Do I take any damage or Constitution
You
save
take
or anything like that?
none of that. Everything works fine for you.
Okay.
It seems as though as long as you can follow the steps of the dance, there are no ill effects.
Juliet is going to holler out to the rest of the party, if you follow the steps, you don't really get hurt. Just do a good job. And that's it for her.
Okay. Excellent. That makes it Vic's turn.
Thanks, Juliet, for all of that super helpful information.
Vic, seeing that Alexander, are you in pretty bad shape?
I wouldn't say I'm not looking good, if that's what you're asking.
Okay. So Vic is actually going to try to move over towards Alexander.
Okay. So he's intentionally trying to guide the dance in the direction that he wants to go. So normally I would say let's call that a roll with disadvantage. If you move at half speed, you can roll normally.
Okay, so she'll move at half speed.
Okay. A 23. Excellent. So you are able to move halfway across the floor in the direction that you're wanting to move. So let's say to about here. And let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's 35 feet away. Can you cast the spell that you need from there?
She has, I think, both of it. She's going to try to heal him, but I think both spells are. She's got Cure Wounds and Lay on Hands, which I believe both are touch.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead. If she chooses to, I'll let you use your 10 feet forward of movement to move 10 feet closer to Alexander in whatever direction you choose.
Okay. $10 did you say?
10 feet.
Okay.
Okay, and no ill effects because of your successful performance roll. So that makes Alexander's turn.
That's me. I will try and go towards, try and get it towards Vic. Actually, I'll just let the music carry me and play
Okay.
my bagpipes and see what happens.
All right. So moving at normal speed, that would be a roll with advantage because you're playing the bagpipes to help you.
21.
A 21 is absolutely successful. So you are able to move up 4, and let me just do a little see here to see what direction you move, left or right. That would be left, so you will move left 6 spaces. And no ill effects suffered by you at all. Nifron, moving at half speed normally now and with disadvantage on your performance check.
All right, so I guess he's going to try to move half speed to try to get rid of that disadvantage.
Okay, so that means however much he moves left or right, he will only move forward 1 square.
That is a 14 performance.
14 is unfortunately just shy of the performance check. So he moves forward the 1 square and lands, we'll say, right here. And I need a Constitution check, please. All right, Constitution save, please.
Crit.
Excellent. So he does not suffer any more levels of exhaustion, but 1 point of icy damage shoots up through his feet.
All right.
All right, moving us on to Talia, who has more than covered half the floor now.
Oh, crit fail.
Sadly, were you moving at normal speed?
I mean, is it too late for me to say no? I'm totally doing half speed, so I can use that 17.
Oh, no, yeah, I think it's a little bit too late.
Then why'd you
Fine.
ask?
I just was trying to clarify in my head what was going on.
Yeah.
Try to let me know ahead of time before you roll to get rid of any confusion.
Gotcha. My apologies.
No, it's fine. Okay, so you are able to move your full movement, so that's 4 squares up, and Dance begins to take over and moves you all the way over to the right. So right here. Yeah.
Okay.
And you do unfortunately need to give me a Constitution save. And you suffer 2 points of fire damage.
17 is my constitution.
17 is more than enough to shrug off the draining effects of this magical floor.
It's good to be young, guys.
All right.
All
that
right.
makes it Juliet's turn.
No, Luno's.
Luna knows.
Um,
Right.
You're right.
All right. So, doing everything he can to be careful.
Okay.
Luno
so
is
you
going
have
to.
the haste.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. But you're moving at half speed. So
Yep.
10 feet forward no matter what the result of the roll is.
All right. And
A 13, unfortunately,
13.
is another failure as the dance moves you all the way across the dance floor to the far right. And I need another Constitution save.
11.
With an 11, unfortunately, you have now taken your 3rd level of exhaustion.
Oh my God, this might actually kill John.
Again.
So at 3 levels of exhaustion, you are also at disadvantage on saving throws moving forward.
Yikes.
This is how we re-roll John.
Again.
He died dancing.
Okay, Juliet's turn. Juliet is going to move forward slowly and continue dancing with those ghastly footsteps.
Okay. So at half movement, you get advantage on your roll.
Only an 11.
But an 11 is not quite enough. You move forward 2 squares and all the way to the left. And I need a Constitution saving throw.
But
It's a
it's
19.
Constitution saving.
A 19 is more than enough to shrug off the draining effect, but you do suffer 2 points of icy damage.
All right, that's it for Juliet.
All right. Vic is going to try to get over here beside Alexander and cast lay on hands on him.
Okay. So dance in the direction you want to go. Go ahead and give me a roll. Is he moving at half speed or full speed?
Half speed.
Half speed, okay.
That's a 20.
And you didn't even need the advantage. So he is more than enough. You're able to move the dance so that you pass by Alexander and touch quickly as you move past him and to the right 4 squares.
Okay, so she's going to tap him with lay on hands as she moves past him. So she makes it to here, and then she's going to do lay on hands, just tag your it, and give you, let's see, the paladin level times 5. So that would be 35. So she is going to give you 30 points, Alexander. And then which direction does she need to move?
4 squares to the right.
All right, that's her turn.
That's a lot of HP.
Yeah, that's a great ability. Scales well. Alexander.
That's me. I will try and go double speed. And so since I got advantage on regular, would I just have a regular go
It
for
would be
double?
a normal roll, correct.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
I cannot inspire myself, unfortunately.
You could inspire other people. I think John.
10.
A 10 is not enough. So you are able to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you are in the last row, all the way over to the left. You suffer 1 point of fire damage and 1 point of ice damage, and I need you to roll a Constitution save. At disadvantage, I believe. You already have one.
I do have one.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's on saves only. So just a regular roll.
So what am I rolling right now?
Constitution saving throw.
Okay, and I would like to inspire John. I rolled a 1.
Yeah, so you've got a 3 on your Constitution save. So that is a second level of exhaustion, which means your movement is halved.
And where's the exit to this thing?
You're 1 step away from it at this point.
Okay.
The entire floor. Okay, so do you want to go ahead and roll that inspiration? Or
What do you mean?
does he just want to have
He
him
does the
hold on to it?
inspiration when it's his
Okay.
turn.
Fair enough. All right, and whose turn is it now?
Nifron,
Nifron.
who is going to say "fuck it" and use his bonus action to dash across this floor, since
Okay.
he's at disadvantage anyway.
All right. So that'll get him, because he's at half speed, that'll get him 4 squares of movement forward.
A 3, of course.
And all the way to the left as the dance takes over.
So 3 up and all the way to the left.
4 up and all the way to the left.
Okay.
And dashing forward, 1 point of fire damage and 3 points of ice damage. And I will need a Constitution saving throw.
5, of course.
So that would put him at his 3rd level of exhaustion as well. Talia.
All right. So I'm actually also going to dash
Okay.
because I see the end in sight.
Yes, you do.
And I guess that's a 6.
6 is not enough for you to get away unscathed, but you are able to get off the board. You do get struck twice by damage, so that's a 1 for ice and a 1 for fire, and you may also take 1 level of exhaustion. Go ahead and give me a Constitution save. An 18.
18.
You could dance all day. The movie
She is
Footloose
12.
was made for you.
You
All
could
right.
have danced all night.
So, Luno, can you make a... No, I won't even make you make a check. There are life-sized statues periodically around the edges of this dance hall. You are standing right next to one.
Okay.
Theoretically, you could try to climb up onto it, and the statues are spaced about 15 feet apart.
Ooh, I'm going to acrobatics my way the fuck up onto a statue.
Okay, well,
I
climb is
can.
normally an athletics check.
Oh. I'm tempted to just throw caution to the wind, use my monk ability to dash, and then go for the exit.
Yeah, that's also totally an option. You are... Let's see, let me zoom out a little bit here so I can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would put you right at the edge, but not off the board.
And what's the 4th level of exhaustion do again?
Hit points are halved. Max hit points are halved.
And then 5 is you're dead.
No, 5
no,
is 0
5
speed.
is 0 movement. 6 is death.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and dash and hope for, well, no matter what, I'll be able to get off the board eventually.
Mm.
So I'm going to go ahead and dash
Okay.
and take the disadvantage
Yep.
and use my inspiration when the time comes. Okay.
Okay, so a 14 is not enough. Would you like to use your
It would actually be
inspiration
a
now?
9.
Oh, you're right, which is definitely not enough. Would you like to inspire yourself now, or do you want to save that for your Constitution save? Or...
Darn. Well,
All right.
I was hoping for
a better
something
roll than
but
that,
okay,
yeah.
so that's not
That
enough.
still puts us at a 14.
All right, so where do I end up?
So you end up right dead center of the board on the green square here. So that would be ice 1 point and fire 1 point. And I need a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage, please. Okay. So you are at your 4th level of exhaustion as more of your vital energy is drained from you.
Okay, so my max hit points are halved. So that would put me at 32. Okay.
All right. And that makes it Juliet's turn.
All right. You said there are statues up there, and that I might be able to,
Yep.
climb up and try and jump across them or whatever. Juliet is going to try and climb up one of those.
Okay. So it's 5 feet in front of you. You'd have to move forward at least 5 feet. So
Okay.
I would still want a performance check from you.
Okay. It's at 5. Nice.
Okay. So as you step forward onto the green square, you take 2 points of fire damage halved, and go ahead and make a Constitution save.
19.
And you succeed at your save. And now you want to climb up onto the statues, so you can go ahead and make an athletics check.
That was a 22.
Excellent. You climb right up onto the statue of a fey man and an elf woman who are clearly in the midst of a very sensual dance.
Cool.
They fucking.
The lambada, the forbidden dance.
That's right. That's right.
That's it for Juliet then.
Okay. So go ahead and move yourself forward 1 square.
I moved on to the green square. Do I move forward another one? No.
The green square, you walked forward, so if you're on the statue is on the square right in front of where you are.
Oh,
So
okay,
right
cool.
square in front of you. Yeah. Okay. So Vic's turn.
All right, so Vic is going to try to dip on out of here, seeing
Okay.
that Talia has made it off this board. So she is just going to dash for the to try to get off the board up here where Talia is.
Okay, you can get to the last square on the board. That's 8 spaces. That's the maximum board movement. Go ahead and roll for me.
That is a 7.
A 7 is not a good roll. So she dances to the left 8 squares as well. And is frozen for 1 point of damage and burned for 1 point of damage. And I will need a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 22.
Excellent roll. No ill effects from the draining magical effect. All right, back to the top of the order.
It's my time to shine. So past this last one, it's just a clearing that I can get on.
Correct. It's just regular flagstones.
I would like to try and get in there.
Okay. You
So-
still have to dance off the floor. You're still stuck on the floor at this point.
Right. So since I get advantage on a regular one, what happens if I just do half speed? Is there any other bonuses that I can get?
I do not play a game with double advantage or double disadvantage.
That's reasonable. I guess
Yeah,
I'll
that's
just
not a
try
thing.
and get off with advantage.
So you are at disadvantage with skill checks, right? Because you have a level of exhaustion.
Oh,
so
right.
Right. But if you move at half speed, that cancels out.
Okay. I would like to move half speed to get off, to move 5 feet off of the dance floor.
Okay. And you succeed.
Huzzah.
All right.
I don't have anything else that I can think of really doing. Does getting affected by the 4 count as being charmed or no?
It does not count as a charm spell as far as avoiding that because of any racial ability or anything like that.
Reasonable. Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything else to do.
Okay. So what is your... You're done?
Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting to try and recuperate from the being exhausted from the dance floor.
Okay.
You could inspire Luno again.
I am out.
How many inspirations does he
Yeah.
have?
Yeah, I
that's a good
used
question.
2 on the puzzle, and then I used 2 in here, I want to say. One to save Talia, pulling her away from the trap, and then one on Luno that he blew trying to do the con save, I want to say, or his performance check.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
All right. So that leaves us with Nifron halfway across the board.
He is going to dash to try to get off the board.
Okay. So you're already rolling with disadvantage.
Right, that's a 3.
Ouch. All right. Well, that will put him forward 8 squares and halfway across the board. We'll say on the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll say on this green square here. And go ahead and make that Constitution save for me. Unfortunately, that is also rolled at disadvantage at this point, I believe.
Yep.
2 points of ice damage and 1 point of fire damage.
That is a 10, so he fails the con save. And what was the damage? 3?
It was a total of 3 points of damage, and that would put him at half of his maximum hit points.
All right.
Okay, Talia, you are off the board. What would you like to do?
I'm going to run over here to Luno. I think I can get it this far and try to pull him off the board.
Okay. Just go ahead and we'll say I'll give you your choice of either an athletics or an acrobatics check to try to grab him and jerk him off the board.
I'm going to choose acrobatics.
Okay. As he's flailing around,
20.
you reach out, grab him by the belt, and pull him forward 1 space.
And then I'm going to look down at him and say, God, Luno, why do you look so tired?
Yeah, he's barely standing at this point.
Grasp out a thank you and then collapse to the floor.
He's been doing CrossFit.
No. Obviously, he hasn't. Otherwise, I would have already
I
said.
saw the fantasy Instagram selfies. I know better than that.
Instagram.
Right. Well, Luno, that makes it your turn.
Anything I would try to do would be at disadvantage.
Yes.
Why don't you just take a dirt nap for a second?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna collapse.
Yeah, spend the in-between turns re-rolling your character.
Oh, don't worry. I've had a sorcerer rolled up for a while.
That's right. Can I have you roll 46? Okay, now again. All right, so Juliet.
All right, last one on the board. Is it potentially possible for Juliet to jump from statue to statue to make it across?
It is absolutely possible. What is your base strength?
18. So actually, probably not.
An 18 is a pretty high strength. I would say that it's a standing long jump, and the statues are 15 feet apart. If you roll a exceptionally high, not strength, athletics check, I would allow you to make that landing.
All right, Juliet is going to make this jump. Woo!
All right. So we're aiming
Take
for
the landing.
For the
this square
statue.
here.
Yep.
Okay.
16. Want.
A 16 is not enough. You land in the square right next to the statue, and immediately are shocked for damage. And that was we'll call that your action.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and, as the magic takes over again, roll to dance along the performance.
All right. An 11. Want.
An 11 is unfortunately not enough. You do move forward 4 squares, and are you trying to keep yourself on the edge at this point? Is your goal to try to climb up on another statue?
That's the idea, but I don't know if that's possible. Dance kind of takes me all over the place.
It does take you all over the place. As you try to force it, you're able to do so, but it makes your Constitution save made with disadvantage.
Okay. A 14.
14 is not. Oh no, actually, I'm sorry. 14 is enough. 14 is good.
Woo.
So you do manage not to get hit with the first level of exhaustion, and we were. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So you were here. Statue there. So you're actually standing in the space where a statue is right now. On
Oh,
your
perfect.
next turn, you could try to climb it.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay. And that makes it Vic's turn, I believe.
Yep, Vic is just going to make a jump for it to get off of this these tiles
Okay.
onto this area over here where everybody else is.
Okay. If he wants to try to dance off, then he would still need to make that performance check. If he just ignores the steps, then he's going to take the damage and the potential Constitution save. A 21 is more than enough, so he's able to dance off. It does move him 5 squares to the right, but he's able to dance right off.
Big, actually, but yeah.
All
Sorry.
right, that's her turn.
Okay. And that puts us back at the top of the order, right? Okay, Alexander.
I will move in front of Nifron on the dance floor and try and toss a rope to him.
Okay.
Would that just be an would he just be able to catch that, or is that
he's dancing. It's going to be difficult for him to catch it. I'm not going to make you roll to throw it 10 feet, though. You can clearly get a bundle of rope to go in the direction you want 10 feet. But I would need Nifron to roll to catch it. So we'll just call it dexterity. At
And that's
disadvantage.
a 6.
A 6?
Yep.
Okay, it falls at his feet.
Okay.
But he's dancing on top of the rope right now.
He is dancing on top of the rope right now.
That's a tripping hazard.
Yeah. We have infinite amounts of rope, right?
Yep, we have a bag of rope.
I would
Ooh.
like to toss as much rope onto the floor by him as I can with my action move.
Are you trying to screw him over? Damn.
Okay, all right.
Nifron goes, "You're not helping."
Well, you're not very good at dancing.
You managed to partially cover the floor in his area with tripping hazards.
So if I were to yank it, do you think I could catch onto him?
You can certainly try.
Hey Talia, can you help me yank this rope?
I mean, this sounds like a bad idea, but I'm 12, so why not?
I'm trying to get him
Always-
off the dance floor.
I just always love it when you hear a DM say, "You can certainly try."
I know it's Mercer's thing, but I can't think of a better way to make a player double check themselves on whether they want to do what they're asking.
Absolutely.
I will try and yank the rope to pull him off of the dance floor with Talia.
Okay.
This is
so
a whole lot of action economy.
I was gonna say if you're waiting for Talia's,
Should I just wait for the next
assistance.
my next room?
I would allow Talia to do that with her turn.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Actually, I have a better idea with my turn since Nifron's
Okay.
probably going to go off the board.
Okay,
It's
all
gonna
right.
be
So let's
great.
hold on and see what happens then. What is Nifron doing at this point while his feet are surrounded by coils of rope?
So Nifron is like slipping on this rope as he's dancing around on this tile, and he's going to try to do like this, whole, like the NFL when the players like 3 yards from the finish line and does like the jump backwards on their back to slide across.
Okay. All right.
So performance check.
Yep. Disadvantage.
That's 12.
12 is not enough, unfortunately.
So where do I need to go?
So he'll get off the board, but takes 1 point of ice damage, and I need one more Constitution save at disadvantage.
That's an 8.
Sadly, he is so exhausted he can no longer move.
Yikes.
So exhausted. What?
He
He
can
can
no
no
longer
longer
move.
move.
Okay.
Don't worry, I got you covered. I got Tensor's floating disc. I'll just drag Nifron along. Be perfect.
You like float him into like the main boss area, and he's just
Yeah.
like
That's right.
you know
Just floating
shooting
body
a
bag.
crossbow on from his back.
All right, so that makes it Talia's turn. What was your brilliant idea, Talia?
All right, guys. So I'm gonna cast darkness. This is my plan. If you think it's a bad plan, because Talia is going to say this out loud and get people's opinions. I'm gonna cast darkness, turn into a bat, grab the rope and fly it over to Juliet.
What's the lighting situation in here, Joel?
Well, that's what
It's-
casting darkness is for.
So it's dim light.
So I wouldn't have to cast darkness.
I I appreciate the thought, but I think I can make it across myself. I've been a-okay. It's been invigorating.
All right. Well, then in that case, I am going to come over here to Nifron and try to apply some medicine knowledge to help him. I won't help, but I'm gonna at least look like I'm trying.
Absolutely.
6.
You apply bandages deftly in all the wrong areas.
Outstanding.
Kiss his boo-boos.
Like his feet are scorched and on fire, and you're like wrapping
Putting a
bandage.
cloth around his forehead.
Somebody said that you should always rub dirt on it if you hurt yourself, so you're grabbing dirt and just packing it on.
Definitely something I've heard before.
Here, the fire wounds closed.
All right, so Luna, that would make it your turn. You can still move. You're not that exhausted.
You can do it, Juliet. I'm just gonna sit here for a while. And that's it.
All right, fair enough. All right.
All right, so Juliet's turn. She is going to try and climb onto the statue.
Okay.
What do you need me to do? Athletics?
An athletics check, yeah.
Okay. A 23.
Excellent. You climb right up onto that statue. And as your movement, you could try to, or as your action, I suppose, one or the other, you're safe at this point. You could use your second part of your turn to try to make that jump.
Yes, Juliet will do that. Another
Okay.
athletics check and hope high.
Another athletic. That's right.
15. Wow, I am just botching
15
these.
is unfortunately not going to cut it. So
You don't get
jump
to
10
make any complaints.
10 feet forward, 10 feet forward, and you land with a shock of ice searing up your leg. That gives you,
Clearly, I
1
was
point of
wrong
damage.
about your ability to do it, Juliet.
and another Constitution save, please.
18. Been rolling high on
Excellent.
these.
You don't even need to climb statues. You might as well just dance across the
Yeah.
floor.
At this point, yeah.
Fuck it, just walk.
So
Say, I'm not dancing
Um,
for shit.
before we get back around to Julia's turn, does anybody want to take any kind of action?
Nope.
More medicine checks on poor Nifron.
Okay, all right.
I hear that knives are the best medicine.
18.
18
That might actually
is,
help.
I mean, that's a good check. Kevin, what's your take on using the medicine skill in a situation like this?
Well, with the medicine skill, I mean, for the most part, it's used for if you had a kit or if you were trying to stabilize someone, at this point, since she's not actually trying to heal him and you can't heal exhaustion that way, I would say that it has no effect.
Okay, that would be my
You
take as
very
well. But I wanted to check with
enthusiastically
you.
look at him.
But she's doing her best, guys.
You know, I'm willing to bet Nifron feels a little better. Just
Probably
I'm
not.
helping.
Just emotional.
I'm helping, guys.
You're treating his psychological health.
Probably
Just
helping more than the rope.
Just as important.
Talia definitely feels better.
Absolutely. I feel great.
All right, so let's go
she
ahead and.
is handing out the thoughts and prayers.
That's right. That's right. All right. So, anybody else have any actions to take before we switch back around?
Nope.
Okay. So, Juliet, you gonna make a run for it at this point, or keep stepping?
No, she is going to move forward carefully
Okay.
at half speed.
At half speed. All right. So you can take advantage on your roll.
That is a natural 20, but I know
That
it doesn't work for skill checks.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But you move forward effortlessly, dancing across the floor. You find yourself standing right in front of your team of party members, 2 squares forward.
I told you could do it.
all right, so close yet so far. Another round around. Does anybody do
All right.
anything?
No, you can.
Nifron's going to
quickly
say,
running out
leave
of
me be,
bandages.
girl.
I am so running out of bandages. I'm about to start slapping him in the face because that's what I saw Juliet do one time to Alexander.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Leave me be, girl.
I'm helping.
Alexander
You're
did come
really
back to
not.
life.
Exactly. Last time someone it took a couple days, but the slap brought him back to life. It's fine. No, I'm not going to do anything though.
Okay. I will say the bandages around the forehead did help to soak up all the sweat that was pouring off of Nifron's face.
I need a Powerade. Does anyone have a Powerade?
I'll make one with lentils when we get back to the cart. Don't worry, it'll be
Shut
fine.
up.
No power lentil laid for you.
So Juliet,
All
one
right.
more turn to dance off the floor.
She is going to dance carefully ahead. Oh, an 8.
Okay, you managed to dance off the floor, but not without tripping and suffering 2 points of fire damage reduced to 1, and you'll need to make 1 more Constitution save.
24. There we go.
Nice.
Wow,
Got
excellent.
a tough body. She's a
Apparently
big
so.
big girl.
Tough body, 2 left legs.
Yeah.
All right, so you all managed to make your way all the way across the dance floor. Some of you more successfully than others. Once you step off, you no longer feel compelled to dance, and I will hand it back to Kevin at this point.
I hate fairies.
Awesome job. This
Thank
was,
you.
Great job.
Yeah, this
Indeed.
was so much fun and damn brutal.
And not a single blow was struck by anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those exhaustion levels, man, that's rough.
That's something
So
you don't
you-
see all the time. I love that. That's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And so if any of you don't know the mechanics, you will get them back per day of long rest. There are a few spells that can reduce exhaustion as well.
Which is awesome because we're inside a temple and getting closer to something.
You guys looking forward to coming back out?
As a bat, yes, 100% as a bat.
We will do something.
Not
I'm going to
knife run.
punch my way out of the temple from the other side. I don't give a shit.
So that's basically IRL Talia, right? In the background?
Oh, my daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, I was very confused because my.
Oh, sorry. I have twin
Hi.
girls, so there you go.
Aw, hi guys.
You're going to thrive? Okay, have fun. I will. Have fun.
Don't be surprised if they come back with a collection of skulls.
Well,
You guys act
awesome.
like that's not normal.
Well, I think this is probably an excellent place to end this. And thank you so much, Joel, for joining us. And I
No
can't
pleasure.
wait to do some more of these in the future.
Definitely.
Agreed.
Definitely. Good. I'm glad
Yep.
you all had fun. I was beginning to feel like I was being too hard on you there toward the end.
No,
You
just
did
destroy
also
us.
use you
Never.
greatly.
I
Absolutely
didn't
destroy
want
us.
the guest DM to be the guy who killed a player off.
I mean, Kevin's already done it 2 or 3 times in this.
No, Kevin
Yeah.
did it once.
Well, I think me
Shane
and
and
Juliet killed
Blake did
half
it.
of the party at one point. Half of the
Yeah.
party did die at some point.
At
That
the
is
That
true.
was
hands of
not
the
because
other
of
half
Kevin.
of the party.
I mean,
had
the
nothing to
winning
do
half of
with
the
that.
party.
And I very nearly killed or someone very nearly killed Adel before he met his
Oh yeah, that's
timely
right.
demise. Because we all attacked him.
Indeed, I remember punching him a lot. And I was doing subdual damage, though, I think. Or was I? Or was that Juliet?
That was me.
Well, we almost killed him.
Yeah, that
Very
barbarian
nearly.
really wanted to kill him. Which, normally I wouldn't like set an NPC onto a player, but I mean, damn, I think we can all agree that he deserved everything he
He
got.
pushed
Definitely.
it to the limit. Like
Absolutely.
in game, absolutely pushed him right to the limit. Like he was actively taunting the guy, and it's like, why would you do that?
Yeah, sorry about your dead whore wife. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay.
Ooh. Yeah, man, there are consequences for stuff like that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad you guys had a great time. I had a great time as well. I'm definitely looking forward to doing another one of these sometime soon.
Oh
Yeah, it's been
we'll,
nice having you, man.
Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
Joel.
Absolutely. Kevin, did
Yeah.
you want me to hang out for a bit, or?
I'll just hook back up with you on Facebook later this week, and we'll make
Sounds
some
good.
plans.
All right.
All righty. Well, I want to thank everybody out there in Twitch land for joining us for this episode, and we hope to see you again real soon.
Yep. Thanks, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye,
Adios.
everybody.